Drop it. Drop it. That applies to every offense that you've been carrying. Drop it. That applies to every empty net that's in your life where you've been failing and carrying the failure around, of fishing all night and catching nothing, and what you did last week, and even the fight that you had before you clicked on this YouTube video. Drop that. Drop that. Sometimes we don't drop the net because we're so busy, we're so caught up in the discouragement. You know, it's really hard to drop the net when you're drowning in disappointment.
Too many people go through life against themselves, feeling wrong on the inside. I heard someone say, I discovered the enemy, it was me. Are you your enemy? Are you defeating yourself, limiting your dreams, sabotaging your relationships, all because you don't like you? You have enough people and circumstances against you. Don't be against yourself. When you wake up in the morning, don't lie in bed and think of everything wrong with you. Instead of focusing on what's wrong with you, start focusing on what's right with you.
I think so often we live our life wanting to share a great story that many times we miss out on living a great story. The point of change. What's the whole point? Why are we even talking about changes? Why do you even want to change? And just to really strip it down and make it crystal clear today, the point of change is to grow. The point of change is to improve. The question is, are you growing? Are you getting better? Have you missed the whole point? See, some of us, the reason why we don't change, the reason why we don't grow is because we miss the whole point of it, and we try to stay the same, and we try to fight to keep everything exactly how it used to be, and we want to project a great life, but we don't actually want to focus on living an actually great life. That's why some of you right now, you don't understand, but the people you're hanging out with, it's not that they're bad people, it's that those people are not going to help you grow. And you're missing the point. You're hanging on to old relationships that unless you release those people, you're never going to step into all that God has for you.
When people talk to me about a mindset, they're talking about a way of thinking. And trust me, you have a mindset right now, just like I have a mindset. It's how we view life. I know people with a negative mindset, which basically they view everything in a negative way. I know people with a positive mindset, which means they view everything in a positive way. People with an abundance mindset, a scarcity mindset. It's a way of thinking. The question is, how did we get there? How did we get that mindset? Through practice and habits. You see, the things I do today determines the habits I have tomorrow, which determines the mindset that I have for life. So go back to what you do daily and ask yourself, what kind of a mindset am I developing today?
Stop introducing yourself to the next season of your life with the resume of your regrets from the last one. Leave that out. Leave it out.
The best thing you can do for your family, for your friends, is be good to you. Be kind to you. Be merciful to you. You're good to others. Why aren't you good to you? You don't criticize your friend. Why are you criticizing you? You compliment your coworker. When's the last time you complimented yourself? You admire their talent. Why don't you admire your talent? Start being good to you. That's not being selfish. That's not arrogant. That's loving yourself.
All of us are basically the same. The only difference between the haves and the have-nots are their habits. Habits are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. You need to write that down. If you change your habits, that's why you want to be in a community of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships. You want to be in a community with somebody who's been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt, who's on the level where you would like to be and go beyond. All of us are the same. I like to make it simple. All of us are the same. The only difference between you and your family members, you and your friends are your habits.
What is the better life? It's the step up above the good life. There's the good life, but then there's the better life. The only problem with the good life is the good life's not good enough. You were made for far more. You were made for more than the good life. You were made for the better life. How can I live fear-free today, and why? Why can I now live fearlessly? Fear is based on ignorance. Fear is based on lies. When you know the truth, it sets you free from fears. Fears, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real.
The most important relationship you have is the relationship with yourself. Too many people don't like who they are. They focus on their faults and weaknesses. They relive their mistakes and failures. They wish they were different. If they were taller, had a better personality, looked like their cousin, they're critical toward themselves. And they wonder why they're not happy, why they don't have good relationships. It's because they don't like themselves. If you don't get along with you, you're not going to get along with other people.
Potential is like milk. If you drink it and pour it out in time, it can be provision. It does a body good if you drink it in time. But if you let it get past that date that was put on the jug, that's why some of us are miserable, because of unlived potential that's been sitting in the jug, sitting on the shelf. I'm afraid to fail, so I won't try. And now my potential has become poisonous, and I'm miserable because I'm not living my potential. I gotta forget about the past. My potential is not back there. And straining toward what's ahead, I gotta persevere. My potential won't come to pass if I play with it. I can't strike 3 times. I gotta strain towards something. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God.